Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you another video. All right, so the Hawks are essentially saying, yo, we'll give you DeJounte Murray and maybe a little extra on the top, Lakers, but you have to be willing to give up Austin Reeves. Now, last night was probably the biggest Austin Reeves indictment on whether or not you should actually keep him, because he really did look terrible defensively and the other team was hunting him down like he was a deer out there. Problem was, that doesn't necessarily tell you all that Austin brings to the table. And you saw even in a bad game like that of Toronto, he still was able to give you big clutch moments. And you want to see those clutch moments, especially in the playoffs. So playoffs, Austin Reeves is somebody I want on my team. And his contract is that of something I value extremely high because it's at a low value. Problem is, we really do need to make some moves to meet this timeline. And DeJounte Murray is somebody on a clutch payroll. That's his organization, more or less, of representation. So that may kind of expedite the process of maybe him coming to us rather than someone else, which is something the Lakers should probably take advantage of, given the fact that they probably don't have the most attractive paid trade package for the Hawks to take back for DeJounte Murray's services. So for me as a Laker fan, I'm honestly saying it depends on what you're throwing in. I'm not going to give you Austin Reeves just for DeJounte Murray and then say and salary matches. We're already having to throw in likely D'Lo and Rui. So if I'm throwing in D'Lo, Rui, and Austin, DeJounte Murray is not gonna be the return for me. You could throw in Bogdanovich, you know what I mean? You could throw in Jalen Johnson, which I know they're not gonna want to do, but like that's how I'm talking. Because the way I see it is, I look at Austin Reeves like my Jalen Johnson. I'm not saying they're the same player or that they're equal in any way. I'm just saying, like, as far as me wanting to get rid of him, that's you wanting to get rid of him. So if I'm giving you the guy that I absolutely don't want to get rid of, then damn it, you give me the guy you absolutely don't want to get rid of. So yeah, if they're willing to throw in Jalen Johnson, I'll give them Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I'm hanging up the phone, because DeJounte Murray's a player I like a lot. Bogdanovich a player I like a lot, but all these guys have salaries, contracts, and stuff like that. It's not like they're coming in on rookie contracts. And Atlanta's trying to be jerks to us because they know we don't want to give up Austin Reeves. They don't really have necessary need for Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is another guard in a guard rotation that they ultimately have too much of. Okay? They got too many guards. My problem with Atlanta is, with all due respect to all my friends in Atlanta, everybody who watches me may be from Atlanta, this ain't got nothing to do with the city or anything like that. But my problem with Atlanta is I don't respect them as a team. So if I'm going to send one of my favorite players there, I'm going to expect that his career is going to go down the toilet. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's bigger than basketball for me. So it's like, I don't trust him to develop Austin well. I don't trust him to have him in a good situation. And I'm not going to send somebody we like a lot to a place that I know ain't going to do right by him. That's my God's honest feeling about Atlanta. They don't even need Austin Reeves. They just want him because they know we want him and they're being jerks to us. So for that, I give them the proverbial finger. Truly. Because when I look at their roster, I say, you got Kobe Buffkin to develop. If you're not going to be if you're not going to be sending us Bogdanovich, you got him in rotation. Where's Austin getting his minutes? Like, where's Austin going to be at his best playing for you? He's not going to play the 3 for you because you got Jalen Johnson. You're going to move Jalen Johnson to the 4. What happens with Okongwu? What happens with Capella, of whom I don't think you're going to be able to get rid of? You know what I'm saying? I look at that as like another Okongwu situation. They're doubling down on depth, but they don't often know what to do with that depth in the first place. They end up getting ousted in the first round with a team that's deeper than the team that they beat. It's like that's the problem with Atlanta last year. So it's like, I'm not going to send Austin Reeves to a place where he's going to regress horribly just because he has a fantastic contract, and they're going to want that fantastic contract but can't necessarily do anything with the player. We need Austin Reeves' services. And you talking about you throwing a little bit on top. They're trying to fleece us. Essentially, what I think they're going to try to do is give us some bull crap that we aren't interested in. No, we'll give you Clint Capella. Nobody wants Clint Capella's contract. They would probably likely think of that as little on the top. Or some goofy player that they got on the back of their bench that they don't really use. Some type, like, nah, give me Jalen Johnson. Y'all want to fleece me? I'm going to fleece you. You want to take something that we told everybody the whole damn league is off the board? You give us something that you told the whole league is off the board. You move like that. And they'll probably say, well, you want DeJounte Murray. And I say, well, you want Austin Reeves, obviously. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to take back what it would be considered a lesser package, sending DeJounte Murray our way, nah. Besides, I know Clutch is putting pressure on them to give us DeJounte Murray, so I'm not going to throw in Austin Reeves because I don't know that they have much of a choice if they want to continue to do business with Klutch. So this is why I'm like, yo, unless Bron is just tired of Austin Reaves, you know what I'm saying? For which I know I don't believe he is in any way. Then I'm not moving Austin Reaves to the Hawks. I'm not going to do that because I know he has one of the most attractive contracts in the league, and I'm not going to use him as a throw-in just to complete this year's roster. No. This year's roster needs to be completed, but not to the point where I'm giving away something that the entire league should want in Austin Reaves' contract. So, no, I'm not doing that. That's not a throw-in. That's a contract that you likely are giving to somebody to get something big. Seriously. Because that's the value of the contract. And so, for me, I'm like, no, I'm not saying Austin Reaves is untouchable, but I am saying he's untouchable for the Hawks unless they're willing to give me Jalen Johnson. And I know they're not. Or if they're going to throw in Trae Young, which I know they're not, which is going to cost a lot more salary than we're probably going to be able to send out. So, no, I'm not doing that. The Hawks don't have the leverage to demand Austin Reaves from us in response to DeJounte Murray, who's likely has his representation forcing his way to LA. You don't have the leverage to take that from us. You don't. Now, if you want to call my bluff and send him to New York, go for it. Go for it. I mean, literally, go for it. But I'm not giving you something I don't want to give anybody just so you could part ways with somebody who's probably trying to force their way here anyway. I'm not doing it. So the Hawks don't have the leverage, fam. You need to get big before you try to run that game on the Lakers, to be honest with you. Get your weight up, fam. That's what I tell the Hawks. Y'all ain't won a playoff series since I don't know what, man. Y'all haven't done anything worth talking about since Al Horford was in his prime. Like, I don't have to give you Austin Reaves just to get a point guard from you when you got 3 point guards that you need to be playing in regular rotation. I ain't doing that. Just to send Austin Reaves to that situation so you can do the same thing to him that you're doing to Kobe Buffkin. Man, I ain't doing that. Matter of fact, you give me Kobe Buffkin too. You ain't doing nothing with him. You see what I'm saying? That's how I'm moving with Atlanta. I'm not going to even do a deal with Atlanta because they're going to insult me and I'm going to be angry with them and I'm going to end up insulting them back. If Jalen Johnson, Kobe Buffkin, Bogdanovich, Murray, if all 4 of those players ain't in this deal, you ain't getting Austin Reaves. I need all 4 of those guys. And you're going to hang up the phone, as you should. Because ain't no moving Jalen Johnson at this stage in the game. Not the way he's been playing. Ain't no moving him. But that's all I'm going to take back from you if I'm giving you something I don't want to give away. Because ain't no moving Austin. And you know that. And so does the rest of the league. So stop playing with me. BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.